Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Kryptonite. Today I'm with Leo. How are you doing today, Leo?
Oh, very well, Colton. Welcome back and welcome back. Hello to everybody to Kryptonite channel. So today we are going to talk about Arbitrum. So what is Arbitrum, Colton?
Yeah, no problem. So at the end of the day, it is a scaling solution that is on Ethereum. It's actually a suite of scaling solutions. It utilizes optimistic rollup, and it basically allows users to have a faster speed and cheaper transaction costs when interacting with different Web3 apps. So again, it's a scaling solution. So that's really what the whole point is. There are two different chains at the end of the day, Arbitrum One and Arbitrum Nova. So what the difference is Arbitrum One is housing major apps with a concentration on DeFi protocols, and Arbitrum Nova utilizes a milder trust assumption in exchange for lower fees. So it introduces to cater for high volume apps, gaming and social, for example, to be honest with you guys. ABR, which is Arbitrum's native token. Token holders can vote on Arbitrum DAO governance proposals, the future of Arbitrum One and the Arbitrum Nova.
Okay, thank you, Colton. And what about history and performance of Arbitrum?
Yeah, so it was originally found from a New York-based development company called Offchain Labs, and they created the Arbitrum network. There are three key founders. The first one is Ed Felten, the next one is Stephen Goldfeder, and the last one, I'm probably mispronouncing the last name here, but it's Harry Kalonder. So Ed Felten, he was a professor at Princeton, and he was also President Obama's deputy CTO. He is the co-founder and chief scientist of Offchain Labs, the company that founded Arbitrum. Steve Goldfeder, he is just a computer science. He has his PhD at Princeton. That's how those two met. And then Harry Kalonder, he's also worked at Princeton too as well. He was a researcher, and he has years of experience in computer science. In 2021, they raised, specifically Offchain raised over 120 million in Series B funding, led by Lightspeed Venture Partners. So again, the company that founded Arbitrum, these are the three main pillars, the three main people who contributed to that. So we're going to learn a little bit about the components of the Arbitrum project. So the first component is Arbitrum Nitro. So it is the underlying optimistic rollup technical stack powering of all Arbitrum products. The next one is Arbitrum Rollup. So it's basically the primary use case of Nitro technology and the one used on Arbitrum One's chain. So it's basically a checks and balance or an order in batches transactions to be posted onto Ethereum. So it basically helps you balance things. Arbitrum Antitrust. So it is a type of or a variant of Arbitrum Nitro. So it's, again, the point is to offer lower transaction costs and faster withdrawals in exchange for milder trust assumption. So instead of Ethereum relies on an external data availability committee, a DAC, for data availability, Arbitrum Nova uses Arbitrum Antitrust. So the next component is Orbit. So it's permissionless platform for launching custom L3 chains on the Arbitrum ecosystem using the Arbitrum Nitro stack. Another thing is they're going to have an airdrop March 16th, 2023, or recently had one, announced that the Arbitrum Foundation will finally launch its long-awaited token, ARB. Initial supply cap of 10 billion tokens. It's a maximum 2% inflation rate per year. What's cool is the community will own 56% of the tokens, 12.75% being airdropped to eligible users on March 23rd, 2023. The rest of the community-owned tokens will be distributed to users over time. The remaining 44% of total supply of tokens to investors and core contributors. So, what's cool with Offchains is they use an internal eligibility analysis to determine which of the early users of Arbitrum would receive the airdrop tokens. So engagement with Arbitrum in the past was taken into account. So bridge funds on Arbitrum One, number of completed transactions over the last couple months, and number of assets deposited into Arbitrum is what kind of led into who was going to get the airdrop at the end of the day. For every meaningful action that a user has made before the February 6, 2023 snapshot captured at block height, they will be awarded 1 point. Based on the number of the points earned or points that you have earned, they'll be rewarded the corresponding number of tokens. So if you have 6 points, you'll get 6 tokens. So as you see here, points scored, it is a little bit different too as well. So it's not 1, 2. As you see here, 6 is 3,250, 7, 3,750, etc. So here, this is basically the distribution like we were talking about earlier. This is just kind of what it looks like in terms of connecting your wallet, etc. You can use Coinbase, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Ledger, etc. to connect to this and start receiving your airdrop. So again, if you were big into Arbitrum before any of this happened, you will be getting a nice little airdrop from them. So the ABR tokens, you can buy them on pretty much every popular exchange out there. The most popular one is Binance. Other options are WooX and OKX. The all-time high price was $8.67, and that was March 23rd. The all-time low was the same day at $1.11. They have a market cap of 1.7 billion. They have a total supply of 10 billion. They have a max supply of 10 billion, and they have a circulating supply of 1.275 billion. Right now, I would say the market sentiment of the coin and with the community and the research that Leo did, the coin is bullish.
Thank you, Colton. What about the latest news and development? I guess there's something interesting about scammers, hacking.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about?
Yeah, so, we'll be honest here, on March 31st, over 1 million Arbitrum tokens lost to phishing attack. This was, this is reported by Peak Shield, a blockchain security firm, a wallet of XYZ numbers connected to an exploiter, converting almost 100,000 ARB to 713 ETH, which is equivalent to about $1.27 million, and bridge those tokens to Ether's mainnet. Another wallet, OX7AFD, which stole 105,000 ARB, transferred the ill-gotten wealth to 2 new addresses. The addresses are below. Unclear if the 2 wallets were connected to the same, hacker at the end of the day. On-chain investigator, look on-chain, incorrectly tagged wallet as a super airdrop hunter. It's a victim to the hacker at the end of the day. OX Scope, it's basically a Web3 knowledge protocol, reported an externally owned account suspended to the UBIT, collected a massive amount of ARB in the past day. On-chain data, the wallet now holds more than 59 million tokens, which comes out to $84.4 million worth of Arbitrum. If the assumption is right, the Korean exchange holds the second most ARB tokens after, the largest exchange, Binance. Arkham Intelligent, so crypto wallets connected to big crypto firm. So Armada Research claimed that 3,125 ARB, which is equivalent to $45,000, from March 23 airdrop. The Layer 2 network token experienced a heavy sell-off after its launch on March 23rd, but its price has begun to stabilize over the past few days. So Arbitrum remains the most popular Layer 2 solution, over $6 billion worth of assets locked on it. Crypto scammer gets away with 1.2. We kind of talked about this. A relatively new type of cyber attack that uses modified wallet addresses to steal funds. So far, scammed out of 600 different crypto wallets, which equals more than 900, almost 100,000 ARB. The transfer of funds started on March 21st, one day after the airdrop. The transfers, by using a contract whose creator tag is as fake_phishing18 on Arbitrum's blockchain explorer, equals users have lost their tokens, should be interacting with a malicious contract by checking a phishing link. So address poisoning, basically what that is, and it's a new word, it's just like phishing. It's just like, other cybersecurity terms, but it capitalizes on users' carelessness and haste. So it's basically stealing funds from a crypto wallet by modifying the wallet's address. So in early January, MetaMask warned that address poisoning attacks are on the rise. They gave us a little hint at the beginning of the year. The Web3 wallet developer said hackers try to use an address with the same first and last few characters as the real transaction in hopes you will not check the full address, which is, honestly, a lot of people probably do, and instead copy theirs as a future TXN. You can protect yourselves by double checking the full address or using the address book feature, and this is through MetaMask. So on-chain analysis, Look On-Chain reported that a fake RBN token has been sent over $24,000 in USD in transaction volume on the DEX Uniswap. The blockchain investigator advised the community to be careful when trading ARB.
Thank you, Colton. And can you stake Arbitrum? What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so, Leo did some research and, it's a fairly new coin and it's not as easy as one of the bigger coins out there on the exchange. But yeah, we can dive right in. So at any given time, some validators will be stakers and some will be not. So stakers, if you're not familiar, are people who deposit funds that are held by the Arbitrum Layer 1 contracts and will be confiscated if the staker loses a challenge. So Nitro chains, except stakes in ETH, a single stake can cover a chain by R blocks. Every staker is stacked on the latest confirmed R block. If you're stacked on the R block, you can also stake on one successor of that R block. In order to create a new R block, you must be a stacker, and you must have already been staked on the predecessor of the new RB block you're creating. The stake requirement for R block creation ensures that anyone who creates a new R block has something to lose if that R block is eventually rejected. The protocol keeps track of current required stake amount. Normally this will equal the base stake amount, which is the parameter of the Nitro chain. But if the chain has been slow to make progress lately, the required stake will increase. So here's some simple rules for staking with Arbitrum. If you're not stacked, you can stake on the latest confirmed R block. When doing this, you deposit the current minimum stake amount. If you're stacked on an R block, you can also add your stake to any one successor of that R block. A special case of adding your stake to a successor R block. When you create a new R block as a successor to an R block, you're already staked on. If you're staked only on the latest confirmed R block, and even possible earlier R blocks, you or anyone else can ask to have your stake refunded. Your stacked funds will be returned to you, and you will no longer be a staker. If you lose a challenge, your stake is removed from all R blocks, and you forfeit your stacked funds. Once you are stacked on an R block, there is no way to unstake. You are committed to that R block. Eventually, one of two things will happen. R block will be confirmed. You will lose your stake. The only way to get your stake back, wait until all the R blocks you staked are confirmed. So challenges. So here are some things that Leo found that are a little bit more difficult. Suppose the rollup chain looks like this. So you see, as you can see the picture here, R block 93 and R block 95 are siblings. They both have 92 as predecessor. Alice is staked on 93 and Bob is staked on 95. At this point, we know that Alice and Bob disagree about the correctness of R block 93. With Alice committed to 93 being correct and Bob committed to 93 being incorrect, Bob is stacked on 95, and 95 implicitly claims that 92 is the last correct R block before it, which implies that 93 must be incorrect. Whenever two stakers are stacked on sibling R blocks and neither of those stakers is already in a challenge, anyone can start a challenge between the two. The Rollup protocol will record the challenge and referee it, eventually declaring a winner and confiscating the loser's stake. The loser will be removed as a staker. The challenge is a game in which Alice and Bob alternate moves. With an Ethereum contract as the referee, Alice Defender moves first. The game, 2 phases. So dissection will narrow down the size of the dispute until it is a dispute about just one instruction of execution, followed by one-step proof. We'll determine who is right about that one instruction.
Thank you, Colton. And how do you see the ARB token in the next few years?
Yeah, so realistically, Leo, we're probably looking, from Coin Edition, Digital Coin Price, and Telegon, we're looking at about a 25x by 2030. And Coin Edition has them in 2024 at $7, in 2026, $14.50, in 2028, about $22, and in 2030, $29. Digital Coin Price has them at about $3 in 2024, about $6 in 2026, about $7.30 in 2028, and about $13 in 2030. Telegon in 2024 has them at about $12. In 2026, it's $26. In 2028, it is $41. And in 2030, it is about $60. So, I think at the end of the day, Leo, it has a really good chance. Everything going on, minus external factors such as the war, such as, the economy, the world economy, etc. This coin does have very good potential. But, right now, with everything going on, like I said, there's a lot of external factors. There's a lot of buzz, especially here in the U.S. So, people are a little afraid to still invest, and, it's understandable. But, realistically, if it was a perfect world, or if it was, not a bear market at the end of the day, this coin can, do very, very well. It has the potential. Staking to me seems a little bit confusing, and you need to know what you're doing. I would be honest, I would do your research before staking or doing anything like that, especially with all the hacking that's going on. The last thing we want is for someone to get hacked or anything like that, or, lose their portion of their portfolio. So, it is fairly new coin. It's like I said, it's just had an airdrop less than a week ago. So, it is still new, but with everything that it offers, it has the potential. But again, with the hacks and everything going on, take it with a grain of salt. Do your research. Go on YouTube. Go on Discord. Find a Discord where it is very, valuable information, and go from there. But from my side, Leo, that's all I have for today. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you guys on another edition of Kryptonite.
Thank you, Colton. Thank you, everybody, for being with us, Kryptonite channel, and see you next time.
I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, and if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.